What's up, y'all? What's up, world? It's a little windy. Back road walking again. Trying to clear my head. Maybe I need to come up with a song. Back road walking. Anyway, how y'all feeling? I got my sunglasses, but sunglasses broke. So yeah, how y'all feeling today? Hope everybody's doing good. Just out trying to find some peace in my mind, you know. I feel pretty good, but I'm stressing. I really only stress about one thing. You guys already know what it is. I think about the future a lot too, and how my future is going to be with the M word. Anyway, thinking about money and work. Started to apply for a couple of jobs yesterday, but just ain't ready yet. Yeah, this route I've been walking here, it takes about an hour and a half. Excuse me. It takes about an hour and a half, where that other route around by the cemetery takes usually. Depends on how much I sort of stand around. 45 minutes, maybe to an hour. Hour max. That's if I'm just kind of slowly walking around like this, you know. So yeah, looking at all this litter, man. So much litter on the side of the road these days. I can't believe how many diapers are on the side of the road. It's like people just throw their diapers out the window, you know. Cans everywhere. I bet right here in this city alone I bet it's $1 million worth of aluminum on the side of the road. I guarantee it, probably. Maybe 500 grand, just in this county alone. Interesting to think about. Cans everywhere. So yeah, you guys, I've been thinking about YouTube and YouTube community, and the things that I do, the things that I may do, you know. And I think you guys need to like, and just share. Look at this creek. That creek down there. It's pretty cool. It dries up every summer, so pretty sure. I know they ain't no fish in it. There is this though. Fish bait. Soft plastic lure, you know. Just on the side of the road. Struggling, you guys. Need some money. Some money, man. Breakfast was good. Church last night. Wait, probably can't even. Back. Not much wind on this side. It's coming off that field over there. There's still a little bit though. But you probably can hear me. Yeah, man. Thinking about what I'm I'm going to do with my life other than worship God. You know, on days like today, you ever like think to yourself, you know, there's got to be something out there for me, you know? I know everyone's said that before. And I was thinking about doing some traveling, but money. So I got to get some money, and I got to get a passport. Got to get some money and a passport. But according to what I read and heard, this should be fairly simple. Except for the money part, you know. I don't know, you know, sometimes I think maybe I'm just meant to stay at home, you know. Be myself. 36 years old, living with mom. You know. Thought about the healthcare industry yesterday. Thinking about trying to get to the healthcare, like peer supporter or counseling. I have a couple of different certificates in support and counseling. And so I was thinking about that. Let me get out of the way. So I was thinking about that, peer support and counseling or something like that. And I know out in Phoenix, in San Diego, there's probably a great need for counselors and supporters, mental health counselors, peer supporters, addiction counselors, all kind of stuff like that, you know. And thought about that. You know, thought about all kind of stuff, but sometimes, man, I don't know what in the world's going on. I know I want me an airplane. I know I'm meant to fly, you know. I'm definitely meant to have a boat, and I'm meant to have a plane. Maybe like a Kit Fox or one of those Super Cubs, I think that's what it's called. Definitely meant to have one of those. But I know one thing, it'd take a ton of money to manage, maintain, boats and airplanes, you know. But I know I'm meant to have one of those. And I know I'm meant to fly. I can feel that in my heart, you know. But I don't know what else. But none of that's going to be possible unless I can figure out, unless you guys can help, unless you guys help me. And there's a bunch of people out there in the world, you know, that has wonderful that could provide wonderful opportunities, you know. It's incredible. But I need help, you know. But and I don't want to believe that no one cares. You know, I hear a lot of people say that through their content that they create, but I don't want to believe that, you know. It's just something that God don't want me to believe, you know. I just don't want to believe that, you know. That people don't care and you know that no one's coming to save us, you know, because sometimes people do save us, you know. The church can save us, you know. God can send the church to save us, you know. God can send family, you know. I'm saved every day with a home, you know, a bed. So I don't want to believe that someone ain't going to save us, you know. And I don't want to believe that no one don't care. But at the same time, I guess I got to accept who I am. And this channel will change, you know. The things I do will change, you know. More money I make, more hobbies I have, more activities I do, or more activities I a good way of saying it. Participate in, put it that way. Then, you know, make some kind of content that's worth, you know, entertainment or something, or learning content, travel, something like that. And then people will start to notice. And then, you know, they'll look back into the past and it'll be like, it's like an archive of like walking around begging for help, you know, just walking around kind of just looking for work. Same old content, but it'll change. I have faith it'll change. I have faith one day I might win the lottery. You know, the Bible talks about inheritance. Might get an inheritance, you know, never know. A couple $100 million, you know, like the lottery. It'd be magnificent. Yeah, you know, anything's possible. Or even a couple million. That'd be cool. 10 million would be cool. Give me some dividends rolling in. Some dividends for retirement. And that's where I get a little afraid, you know. Retirement, you know. 36. I got a long way to go before I can ask the government to give me some money, you know. So I have to figure it out while I'm here. Or at least I gotta try. I don't know what to think anymore. I told you guys I got a friend who is sort of a religious guy. I guess I'm gonna walk for God. Apparently there's this, I mentioned it before, everyone knows, you know, oh, excuse me, taking up the cross, you know, and walking for God. I might do that for a few months. Maybe some opportunities will come about. So yeah, it's about to get windy again. So yeah, I still need help. YouTube, need help, man. Need help. I need a lot of help. Need a lot of help. Pastors, big pastors, donors, patrons, big money people. You know, it's like, will someone please save me? You know, will someone please save me, God? That's what I'd be thinking. Could save me with a good career, a couple $100,000 position, home. Will someone please save me? You know, cry out to God. God, please save me. Someone please save me. Someone please save me with a home, you know. But there's no other way to surrender, you know. Except for going on a walk. Well, the truck is running. It's about to get loud. Give me a minute. Yeah, that truck was loud. Anyway, so yeah, I have a major problem on my hands, man. Major issue in life. All I do is think about finances, you know. So all I do is think about money. Day after day. All day long. I think about what I'm going to do if my mom passes away, you know. If the Lord calls her home, you know. I think about so much stuff, you know. What am I going to do, you guys? You know, what am I going to do if my mom passes away? You know, it's like she's really only been the only person who's ever been sort of permanent, you know. Family is just, they, you know how family works. They got stuff to do too, you know. They're probably just as afraid as I am, and or just as afraid as I am. You know, what am I gonna do, you know? I don't got no job. I don't got no pension, you know? I don't got no savings. I got $4. Literally $4. What am I gonna do, you know? I just need the Lord to just help me, you know? Just so amazing. You know, it's just so amazing how some people like wins the lottery and stuff, you know? Some people wins the lottery, some people's business explodes, you know? It's amazing. Just so amazing. It's wonderful too. I just need some help. I need someone to save me, man. It's like saving my life. I need like $100 million, you know? Fixed income investments. Anyway, so that's the things that are on my mind today as I'm out here for this walk. Had to get out of the house, you know. Pretty much done everything that I could do around the house, you know. Had breakfast, which was good. And helped take care of the animals. Talked to a friend. Shared some funny videos. But I think I'm going to go to Phoenix again. And I don't know really why. I know I'm going to do some missionary work. I guess I'm going to try to spread some gospel about Christ, you know. And I don't even know why, you know. Sometimes I think I do it to fit in. Sometimes I think I do it, you know, because maybe there's opportunities in spreading the gospel. Maybe there's like some sort of a life-changing power, you know. So I think that's going to be my next move in life. And luckily there's a friend that's going to house me, you know. I hope he's going to house me. I hope he don't turn into be a douche, you know. If he turns out to be like that, I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just have to come back to the house. I guess or I'd probably have to walk, you know, hitchhike like I did before. So I will. You know, at least Mom's still there. Thank God. Thank God. You know, it's not all bad because I did have a couple of good jobs in the past, you know. I did experience what it was like having a job, you know. And I do host a group every now and again, a peer support group pretty much. So that's pretty cool, you know. Got that going. Kind of like a peer support group. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about today. You know, thinking about money. Thinking about living a life. Thinking about trying to get my life together. Need a home. Need a car or a truck. Need an old truck. One of those old trucks I can fix, you know. I'm not too keen on those newer vehicles with all that stuff, you know. All that extra stuff. Just too much to think about, you know, when you pop the hood on a brand new truck, you know. You pop the hood on like a, you know, like an 89 Silverado or something. It's just like a motor. Wiring harness, spark plug wires, you know. That's it. Something simple like that, you know. I don't need all that stress in my life. I mean, them things are nice, but Just don't want that kind of stress. Some stress I don't want, you know. Maybe I'm limiting myself because of the lack, you know. I guess if I was really wealthy, you know, wouldn't have to worry about it because I can just pay someone to fix it. But I think about fixing it myself, so. Anyway, you guys, I pray that God don't leave me out here or out there stranded my whole life, you know. Stranded my whole life, crying and begging the world for help. I need like how do they say it? A knight in shining armor. A rich knight that feels compelled to sort of spare me, you know. That's what I want. Or $1 million a year job. Maybe I should run for Congress or something. Anyway, I'm about home, you guys. So, you guys try to stay positive. Try to make a difference in the world. Be kind. Be a good person. And if you guys, if YouTube don't mind, I guess tell me what's the next step I should take with the channel other than just walking around crying, you know, begging and doing silly things around the yard. I guess I need to do something different around the house. I guess I could sort of film my everyday life, and then one day it might change, you know. Anyway, God have mercy on me. I just hate poverty. I just hate poverty so bad. I just hate poverty. And I'm grateful that I have the things I have, but man, I hate poverty. I hate unemployment. I've been unemployed for so long now, it's just like, man. I'll never have nothing, man, if I don't get this thing together. I don't know what to do, man, except for keep trying, I guess, you know. Keep asking, keep knocking, keep seeking. Keep begging the Lord, begging the community, beg everybody I can, you know. Anyway, but you know, if I was rich enough, even if I won the lottery, I'm pretty sure I would still walk around like this, complaining to the world, hoping I can get a view or two. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, is just sort of trying to get my life together. Why am I here, you know? I watch all these other YouTubers, you know. Them jokers get thousands and millions of views, and they talk about the same thing. I listen to some of these people try to give advice, you know, like life advice, and it is terrifying because some of those people out there are like twice my age, still dealing with the same stuff, you know. Poverty, insecurity, loneliness. Some of them is probably depressed, psychotic, probably addicted. You know, probably taking drugs. I'm not talking about like street drugs, I'm talking about like medically prescribed, you know. I can only imagine what that makes them think. terrified, man. And, you know, I think about what it's like being a man, you know. I don't even think I've ever been a man. Like, maybe I was a man one time, just for a little while. Maybe I was. But no. To some states. I just want freedom. That's the purpose of investments, man. It's freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. Freedom to travel. Freedom to splurge, you know, spoil yourself. Freedom to help people. Freedom to tide. You know. Freedom to volunteer. Sometimes volunteering feels better than actually work. You know, more fulfilling to the soul, so to say. Well, I give great thanks to the Lord, whoever it is, whatever it is, the great cosmic being. Grateful, thanks that I still have my mom. She's pretty much like taking care of me, man. Ain't nothing I can do about it, except for be thankful. Food, clothes, transportation, shelter, everything. Everything that I have. That's how I feel today. I feel so just feel helpless, hopeless. I feel inspired. I feel anxious. I feel transcendent, you know. I feel successful. That's how I feel all at the same time. But I also believe that poverty really is a state of mind, you know, or a state of being. I believe that people can be in poverty and have the attitude of abundance, so to say. The daily walk. Maybe I'll make a podcast one day. Call it the daily walk or redemption. Maybe I'll focus on Jesus or the Lord, you know? Focus on God or something. Hair in my face. I don't know what I focus on these days, you know? Seems like there's so many people doing everything at the same time. It's like the whole world is saturated. It's very difficult to be authentic, you know? It's like I want to be authentic. How do I be authentic? You know, find myself, be myself, do what I want to do, focus on what makes me happy, give to the world, you know. Oh snap. Anyway, look at that door open. Hey, door open. I guess the wind blew it open or something. Have to repair the door eventually, but I can't even think about anything because of poverty. I always have to sort of consult mom, you know, because mom's the only one working, you know. So it's like terrifying and painful all at the same time. But anyway, so how do I be myself, you know? What do I want? What do I like? What makes me happy? I will say one thing, playing the video game makes me happy. I sure love playing the video game. I've always loved playing video games. I think everybody does. think festivals make me happy. Community, maybe. Hanging out with friends. Laughing. Something like that, probably. Oh man, look. Door wide open. Sorry, Mom. Oh, man, I have to look. The dogs that come out. Anyway, we're back. Alright, everybody. We're gonna go outside, puppy. Go on out there if you got to. Well, it's been fun walking, talking, thinking. But I think I might eat again. See y'all later.